booked a one-way ticket, sold the car, gave notice on the apartment, pulled the kids out of school, living in a hotel, kids in a limbo, wife not happy. Debit card or a credit card so you can manage your rent, your living expenses. You can survive making these payments without a local bank account. We look at a lot of fundamentals and a lot of facts from your end, give you our honest feedback and assessments of what your timeline should look like. No surprises, no, should be ready tomorrow for 6 weeks. So let's bring all this together. Dubai visa timeline. He booked a one-way ticket to Dubai, sold the car, gave notice on the apartment, pulled the kids out of school. His wife had already started packing. The PRO company said, your visa will be ready in 5 to 7 days. Day 7, nothing. Day 14, just a small delay, should be done tomorrow. Day 30th, the system is slow this week. Day 47, finally the Emirates ID is in hand. 47 days later, living in a hotel, kids in a limbo, wife not happy. The timeline his PRO quoted wasn't a lie. It was just the best case scenario, with absolutely nothing going wrong. Today, I'm going to show you what really the visa timeline is, what actually happens at this stage, where the delays hide, and how to plan your move so you're not stuck between surprises, not stuck between countries wondering when life actually starts. I'm Zeba Majid here from FICO Capital Solutions. Let's get into it. Let me start by showing you what you'll typically hear from a PRO company or a free zone sales team. Trade license, 3 to 5 days. Establishment card, 2 business days. Entry permit, 1 to 2 days. Medical test, 1 day. Biometrics, 1 day. Emirates ID, the physical one, 1 to 2 days. Add it up to about 9 to 13 business days. Call it 2 to 3 weeks with weekends. Sounds reasonable, right? Professional, efficient, and sometimes maybe 20% of the times, this is what actually happens. Everything aligns. Documents are perfect, government systems are running smoothly, your PRO submits everything the same time, the same day. But I've been doing this for years. I've processed hundreds of visas, and I can tell you that 20% is only the best case scenario and what you should not plan for. Let me show you what the other 80% of the time looks like. Here's the timeline I give my clients, the one that accounts for reality. Stage 1, trade license, 3 to 7 business days. The quoted 3 to 5 days assumes your documents are perfect on the first submission. But here's what often happens. The passport scan is not clear. There are new documents that are required. The business plan needs to be more clearer. Bank statements are required. The trade name is too similar, gets rejected because an existing company has the same. Your activity description doesn't actually match the codes available. All this adds up to another 1 to 3 days. Stage 2, the establishment card. 2 to 5 days. The establishment card is linked to your company. It's an immigration card with which you can issue visas. Usually straightforward, but during busy periods, start of the year, post Ramadan, September, just when the schools start again, when everyone's setting up, there's a backlog. Entry permit is a stage 3. 2 to 7 business days. If you're outside the UAE, you need an entry permit to fly in for your residence visa. Processing time varies. There are a lot of permutations and combination why it takes time. But frankly, it's a lot of luck. I've seen entry permits getting issued in 24 hours. I've seen them even take 10 days for no apparent reason. Stage 4, the status change trap. 3 to 10 days additional delay. Here's what a lot of founders get caught in. If you're already in the UAE on a visit visa or a tourist visa, you can't just switch to a resident visa. You need to do what's known as a status change. This means cancel your current visa status, apply for the residence permit. Sometimes it could also mean exit the country and re-enter again. The status change process not only results in 3 to 10 days delay, but also an additional fees of from approximately 1,500 dirhams to 3,000 dirhams. Some founders choose to fly out instead or go to Oman for a day, get the entry permits sent to them on email, and fly back in. That works, but an extra flight cost, time wasted, and your dependents also need to fly out and fly in. Stage 5, the medical examination. Normally medical tests come within 30 minutes, 2 hours, or maybe the next day. But sometimes an additional screening is required, which could again break down to another 2 days. So you need to calculate that. That depends upon several factors. For example, already having some pre existing condition or age, so on and so forth. So do factor these days. Then your other stage is the biometrics, which means once you have finished your medicals, then you have to proceed for a thumbprint impression. Normally, this appointment could come within a week. Sometimes it could even take 3 weeks to a month. So you need to factor this timeline. After that, the Emirates ID typically comes in 1 to 2 working days, which is very, very quick. But sometimes, for reasons unknown, it could also take about 4 to 5 working days. So there's very little that you can do to actually speed up the process because there are delays at multiple stages. So the realistic timeline actually falls between 4 weeks to 8 weeks. All in all, with realistic buffers, license 5 to 7 days, your establishment card 3 to 5 days, entry permit or status change 5 to 10 days, medical along with biometrics about 3 to 7 days. So in totality, about 10 to 20 days. Not just 9 to 13 days, which was mentioned, but it could be anywhere from 4 weeks to 8 weeks. Now, let me tell you where the unexpected delays actually come from. The ones even experienced PROs cannot predict. Delay number one, there are document issues. For example, the passport is not clear, the passport is too blurry, or the additional requirements like the bank statements are required, your educational degrees for certain visa cases, your proof of address, or additional requirements such as the passport cover page, which is a new requirement from the government side. Each document issue means a rejection, a correction, a resubmission, a re-review. So add 3 to 7 days per issue. Delay number two, the government system downtime. UAE government systems are generally excellent and super fast and efficient, but sometimes they do go for maintenance, for upgrade, for technical issues. When a system is down, nobody's application is processed. Not yours, not mine, nobody's. And the backlog keeps building up. Delay number three, sometimes we do have bank holidays, Ramadan, Eid, or holiday seasons. During Ramadan, the government hours are reduced. During Eid, offices are closed. During summer, processing is slightly slow. If your visa application lands during these periods, factor in additional delays, sometimes significant ones. Delay number four. And this is very, very common. Your PRO batching applications. What do I mean? Here's something most founders don't know. Most PRO companies don't submit your application the day they receive it. They batch it. They batch multiple applications together to make the government office visits more efficient so they can save time. It saves them trips and it just makes sense for them. But it means your application might sit with them for 2 to 3 days even before it is submitted. So a sensible thing is ask your PRO, how quickly after I provide the documents will you submit to the government? Same day, next week, or end of the week? This matters more than people even realize. Delay number 5, your Emirates ID backlog for your biometrics. Normally, the appointments come very soon, but at certain times, it's overwhelming response and this takes time. So after you finish your medical test, immediately have your thumbprint appointment booked so you can save time. Okay, so now you know the reality. Let me tell you how to actually plan your move so that you don't end up like other founders I mentioned. 47 days in a hotel limbo. So rule number 1, assume 8 weeks till the time you receive your Emirates ID, not 2 weeks, not even 4 weeks, not even 8 weeks. If it happens faster, wonderful, fantastic. You've got buffer time to settle in, find an apartment, and explore. If it takes full 8 weeks, you've planned for it, and you always plan on a conservative side. Rule number 2, don't always book one-way flight tickets until the entry permit is issued. I cannot stress this enough. Your PRO saying it should be ready soon is not the same thing as having the entry permit in your inbox. Don't make irreversible decisions, selling your car, ending your lease, pulling your kids from school until that entry permit is confirmed. Rule number 3, Keep housing and commitment in your home country for about 2 to 3 months. If possible, don't fully move out until your visa is complete, or at least for the primary applicant. Maintain a base so that you can return if things go wrong. I've seen visa applications get complicated. Unexpected document requirements, additional paperwork, additional security check ins, issues that need resolution in the home country. Having somewhere to return to gives you flexibility. Rule number 4, have 3 months of runway that doesn't require UAE banking, which means that you have an operational debit card or a credit card so you can manage your rent, your living expenses. You can survive making these payments without a local bank account or have cash. Plan your finances accordingly, saving international transfers, whatever works. Just don't depend on UAE banking initially till everything is sorted. Now we come to rule number 5. Get all documents apostilled and attested before you start. And I always emphasize this to my clients. Educational certificates, professional certificates, birth certificates, marriage certificates. If you're sponsoring dependents, get them apostilled and attested in home country by the UAE embassy in your home country before you begin the visa process. Needing to suddenly courier documents back to your home country for attestation, that's 2 to 4 weeks minimum delay, which is added to your timeline. Preparation upfront saves weeks of delays later. Let me give you the document checklist we share with every client. Get them ready before you even engage with a PRO company. Passport with at least 6 months validity. A clear passport size photograph with white background, face not tilted, no reflection on your glasses, ears visible. Proof of address from home country could be any fixed utility bill, doesn't have to be, cannot be your mobile phone bills. Your bank statements, at least 6 months, educational qualifications attested if your PRO advises. Previous employment references, business plan, or company description, even if it's one pager, it's absolutely fine. If any of these are missing or need updating before you start, that's immediate delays. Get them sorted now while you're in planning mode. So let's bring all this together. The visa timeline, your PRO codes, 5 to 7 days, 2 weeks, that's the best case, no delays, perfect documents, empty government queues. Reality, 4 to 8 weeks from starting the process till receiving your physical Emirates ID in hand. The founder I mentioned at the beginning, he wasn't irresponsible. He trusted the timeline he was given. He planned based on professional advice. The advice was just too optimistic. If you're planning to move to Dubai, whether it's just you or bringing your entire family, I want you to plan for reality, not the best case scenarios. Don't book one-way flight until the entry permit is confirmed. Don't sell everything until you have buffer time built in. Don't expect to start earning in UAE from day one. If you want help building a realistic timeline for your specific situation, click the link in the description to book a call with my team. We'll look at a lot of fundamentals and a lot of facts from your end, give you our honest feedback and assessments of what your timeline should look like. No surprises. No, should be ready tomorrow for 6 weeks. If this video helped you understand to what actually expect, hit the like button and subscribe and share it with someone who may need it. I post videos like these every week, real talks about building a life in Dubai, about building a business in UAE. Drop a comment below. What's your biggest concern about the visa process? Or if you've already been through it, what surprised you the most? And thank you so much for watching. I'm Zeba Majitia, and I'll see you in the next one.